gentlemen, it is week 3, LEGTV. I'm your host, the commission. I'm shouting because everything is crazy right now with fantasy football. My goodness, big things happening, big scores, big surprises, big disappointments, and a blockbuster trade that we're going to get to. But first, let's look at last week's scores where we had some doozies. And boy, oh, look, new graphics. We had the closest game I've seen in a long time. Pokemon edges Clock Gobblers 157 to 156 since O'Marion Hampton did not get the fumble credited to him. Only 3.5 points, but Amon-Ra, my goodness, 41. Prescott with 31. Even though Dahlgren's kicker, Aubrey, had 22 points and Bijan had 21. Josh Allen only 12. That hurt him. How about working for Mahomes, 2-0, beating the Dong Bags, 198 to 148. Jamar Chase, 42 points. He's back. Mahomes with 23, and Zach Ertz looking like a solid tight end. Mick loses Joe Burrow for 3 months. Javonte Williams, though, looks solid, and Jamar Gibbs and Tariq Hill kind of chipped in, but still lost. Rocky Bitches drops to 0-2. Dak Street Boys, 182-139 win. Jaden Daniels and Devontae Adams with good games. However, Genty and BTJ only 17 points combined. That's big trouble there. But look at Malik Neighbors, 43 points. My goodness for Dak Street Boys. Fields of Gold, also 2-0 with a big win over Modelo Virus. Lamar Jackson, 36 points. Roquan Smith with 19 points. Are you kidding me? For the scoop and score. Saquon with 17. Tyler Kraft, though, for Jable looks solid. 26 points. McCaffrey with 22. And look at insane ground posse. 0-2. Anu gets the win despite 1.3 points from Derrick Henry. But Puka Nacua and Drake May, 34 points. Devin Achane still looks solid. Baker Mayfield looks solid. 25 points for him. And nickel to nickel loses the game of the week. A close one. 151-149. Looks like Dan is taking the L despite CeeDee Lamb with 23 and James Cook with 27 points. But Jonathan Taylor had a monster game last week going up against the Denver Broncos. Woo! What a game. The Colts are 2-0 for the first time since they went to the Super Bowl against the Saints. It's crazy. And we have this blockbuster trade we have to talk about. Oh, my goodness. Early round picks being traded. Let's look at this blockbuster trade between myself and Mick Barton. 2 vitamin waters and dong bags. 2 vitamin waters and dong bags is sending over Kyren Williams and Chris Olave to the defending champs. Pokemon's got to catch them all in return for Drake London and Rashad White. This is such a huge trade. These are early draft picks being swapped. Both teams in desperate needs and positions. And I couldn't believe that this trade went through so quickly, too. That was amazing to me. And I think it's a wash, but we'll see. And let's analyze this trade. So to bring in expert to analyze this blockbuster trade deal, please welcome former LEG member and Nostradamus, Mr. Alan Nissen. Alan, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I know you have a lot of people signing up to do this. A lot of guest spots and not enough to go around for everybody. So it's a privilege to be on because I have nothing else going on. So
yes, thank you for those kind sentiments, Mr. Nissen.
Yeah.
So, Alan, want to get your opinion on this blockbuster trade deal between Mick Barton and myself. Mick Barton has traded away Kyren Williams and Chris Olave to Pokemon, got to catch them all, the defending champs. In return, they are getting Drake London and Rashad White. Drake London was a second-round pick for myself, and I believe Kyren Williams was a second-round pick for Mr. Barton. What do you make of this blockbuster trade? We don't see a lot of these big ones.
I don't remember seeing the vote go out about whether or not this trade could go through.
It went
Usually
through the,
I see those.
Yeah, well, that we no longer do that on Facebook because
why?
Gradually,
people saw trades.
So we do it through the text chain, and it takes 6 yeses. The league text chat, 6 yeses to approve, and
Not
plus
abstains.
It stops people like you and McCready from voting. That's why.
Well, I'm anti-trade at all times. I figure if you're trading, somehow, some way, you're possibly helping somebody else, unless you're cheating.
Well, so
why make any team better? You should have just drafted better in the first place.
So then who gets better?
I've made 3 trades in my entire fantasy football career.
Then which team got the better of this trade? Or is it a wash?
Mick
you
did.
think Mick?
Yeah, I think Mick did. I think he gets I think he gets a little bit more production than you will. Like overall, you might have more big games, but I think you're going to have a lot of bad games. And I think he'll get a couple more consistent games throughout the season. You know, just that's a little bit better to me than nothing at all.
Yes. Well, initially analyzing this trade with Mick, I was definitely wide receiver rich, and he was very much running back rich. Mm-hmm. He's got Javonte Williams, who's one of the top running backs in the league. We'll go to the matchups here in a second. But he's got a ton of good running backs and could part with one. However, his wide receiver room not looking so great, especially with Tyreek Hill kind of up in the air. That guy's about to have an Antonio Brown moment at any time where he can just take his pads off and walk off the field and beat somebody. But really, the main reason for this trade is I am impatient with Omarion Hampton and RJ Harvey. I forgot how much I hate Sean Payton's personnel rotations.
Yeah.
Hate them.
Yeah.
And being the lowest scoring point team in the league, that's me, the defending champ. I'm the lowest scoring point team in the league. Somehow I'm 1-1. I got a very, very close win over Dahlgren by less than a point, which was amazing.
Oh man, did you change something?
No.
Field goal's worth 55.
That's it.
Nailed
was why. You know, the reason I won that game is they did not give Omarion Hampton the fumble. It was Justin Herbert that got credited with the fumble. There was some controversy there. So, anyways.
Well, a missed handoff is on quarterback. Anyways.
Yes. So you think
if I was Mick, I probably would have waited.
Yeah.
I probably would have waited and gotten more from somebody. But I think he'll get the more consistent week in, week out scores added in. Plus, but he did the old nickel move. He did the draft all the running backs, and then someone's going to need a running back, and then he could take advantage of somebody and get a little bit better than what he's given up. Probably would have gotten a little bit better when you were 1-4 instead of 1-1, and that might have spiced the pot up a little bit. But I think he wins this, not by much, but he still wins it. Well, plus, I don't like you, and you're probably cheating commissioner in some way, so I'm sure that there's some backdoor deals going on where you give him some bourbon misspelled 3 times and he gives you a good trade.
I gave him a ghost job to be a landscaper. He doesn't have to show up ever. Just
awesome.
Just like on the Clippers. Okay, well, Yahoo did give Mick a +30 and I got a +8 in the trade. So it's very rare when you see a trade that's most positive, but he definitely got more on the positive side than I did. So, Mr. Nesson, speaking of, these two teams play each other in week 3. Yes, it is myself, Pokemon, got to catch them all, versus 0-2, Jimmy.
They just switched locker rooms.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Right before the game.
Man, that's going to piss one of you guys off. One of you guys is going to be super pissy when somebody goes off.
It is, and I know exactly where it's going to happen. So, Alan, I'm going to break down both rosters. Tell me who the key is that's going to stand out between these two rosters and who's going to win. This week, Dak Prescott is getting the start again for myself on Pokemon Gotta Catch 'Em All, and Amon-Ra St. Brown coming off a 40-plus game going up against the Baltimore Ravens. Now, Mike Evans slides from the flex spot to the wide receiver 2 spot now that Drake London is gone. And now the running back tandem is Omarion Hampton versus Denver, Kyron Williams against the Eagles, and the big black hole on my team, Mark Andrews at tight end, who is an abysmal player at this point. And I think the sneaky part, I have Chris Olave in that flex spot. And that's the start. That's the starting lineup for my team. Okay, let's listen now to Mick's new team. He lost Joe Burrow for 3 months.
Yeah,
and now he didn't have a backup. Man. Instead, he went and got Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is starting for Mick, one of the top QBs in the NFL right now. And as I mentioned earlier, he's got Tyreek Hill in the wide receiver 1 spot, and now Drake London in the 2 spot going up against the Carolina Panthers, which is a potential big game.
Bad. Yeah, that's not bad.
Now, his running backs, Jamar Gibbs and Javonte Williams. Who wouldn't want that? Jamar Gibbs, also one of the best. His tight end situation, much better than mine, Brock Bowers. And in the slot, he has George Pickens. I actually kind of like Olave over Pickens in the slot. However, this Dallas Bears game could be just like video game.
That's the one player that stood out for me was Dak, actually.
Yeah.
He always has those weird games where he puts up 11 points for a fantasy team, and then the next week he pops off for 40. And the way that Bears defense is looking, that could very easily be the one. But mixed running backs are strong, man. I think even if old Danny Jones comes back to reality, and he will, when that happens, he should still be okay everywhere else if he's getting, some points out of his quarterback spot, because he's pretty loaded everywhere else.
Yes.
So I think he'll win by around 1 million, probably break the scoreboard.
He is projected to win 154 to 148. So you're taking Mick?
Yeah, and way more than 6. I'm thinking more like 26.
Wow. That's bold. Well, you know what, Mr. Nesson? I'm picking the defending champ to take it this week because of the Kyron Williams deal, because of Chris Olave in the slot, and because Mark Andrews is finally going to catch some red zone targets for once in his life. I'm going with Pokemon.
That's done.
So we split. Now, also a reminder, Alan, you went 4-2 the week.
That ain't bad.
Not bad. Yahoo
half of those were me just picking on Plow. This works.
We both agreed that Shook would beat Plow, and we'll get to that too. You went 4-2. Yahoo went 3-3, and I went 2-4. So we'll see what the score is after this week. Here's another. This is another great matchup between really two good 1-1 teams that lost close games. Dan Nickel going up against Dr. Anurag. Dan is projected to win this one, 168 to 158. And let's look at Dan's roster. Jalen Hurts. This is kind of a question mark right now because that team is running the ball, and Jalen Hurts is not putting up MVP-like numbers. I mean, he had a good first game, but only 12 points last week. Not great.
The first game.
The first game was against the Chiefs. I mean, the Cowboys. Cowboys.
And did he put up some points?
He did.
So
28 points.
Just as many good games as medium games.
Yes. Yeah, but he also had a 12-point stinker last week. Going up against the Chiefs. Now his wide receivers, I like his wide receivers. This could be a wash once we get to Anu's team. CeeDee Lamb, we talked about Dak. CeeDee Lamb is the guy, even with George Pickens there, he's still the guy. Cortland Sutton. There are some questions there because Troy Franklin went off against the Colts and kind of ate into a lot of targets for Sutton, so he didn't have a great game. Also another question mark with Joe Burrow being out, Chase Brown in the running back one slot. But Dan's best player right now, James Cook. We both did not like that draft pick. We said this on tape, and he is the running back number 1 overall. And I love the tight end, Tyler Warren. I'm so mad because I was going to draft him. I waited too long. Somebody reached for him. I should have. I was too much of a coward. I didn't do it.
You're a coward.
Ricky Pearsall in the flex. Now, also, Ricky might have Brock Purdy back. We don't know yet. He may be back already. From an injury, but he's still pretty much the alpha dog, even with Juwan Jennings.
It doesn't add anything to his team. That doesn't matter.
So we got that.
Lost Kittle too, right?
Kittle's still out. Yes.
Yep.
So that even more volume for
it's Danny,
C-Mac, Pearsall, Juwan Jennings. Now over to Dr. Anurag's team. Drake May in the quarterback position, which we kind of thought that was going to be a weakness for him. Pretty good game last week. 34 points for Mr. Drake May after a 19-point opening game in week 1. And Puka Nacua looks like the man. Devontae Adams is not threatening him over in L.A. Puka is the man. And I love Tet McMillan in Carolina. Unfortunately, he's got Bryce Young throwing to him. Those are his wide receivers. I think they're equal to... I think Puka and CD cancel each other out, and Cortland and Tet cancel each other out. The running backs, this is the big iffy spot for Anu. He has Derrick Henry and Kenneth Walker. And those guys have been boom or bust this season already.
Henry against the Lions, though.
That is true.
He can run all day.
But if it's a high-scoring game, I experienced this last year with Derrick Henry. If the Baltimore Ravens get behind, they just completely ghost him and go away from him. I mean, he went from a 33-point game to a 1.3-point game last week against the Brownies. And Kenneth Walker, he had a bad week 1, but he came back week 2, and Zach Charbonnet took a back seat. He's going up against the Saints. That could also be a shootout. And a sneaky tight end pick. He got Juwan Johnson off, speaking of Saints, off of the free agency wires, who looks like one of the best tight ends. And in the flex, J.K. Dobbins, the name that I hate right now, in the flex for Anu. Out of all those names, which is the biggest name that stands out that's going to win it for that team?
For Anu's team?
Yeah, or any team. Who's going to be the stud?
Drake May could put up a pretty good game again. He's playing the Steelers,
yes.
I think, right?
Yes.
So I can see Drake throwing it up a little bit. And the Steelers, while the defense did okay against the Bucs in a loss, they were piss poor against Seattle, I felt like, on big plays. But I don't watch football, so I don't know. But I think his quarterback could put up some numbers. But, I mean, Danny's team is loaded. It always is.
But don't forget, Anu has the cheat code waiting in Travis Hunter.
It literally won't do anything. You keep saying that like it's going to matter at all. How many points does he have so far?
Well, he had 9 points last week, but that's in the defensive back slot.
Wow, 9 points.
That's in the defensive back slot. All it takes is they keep saying they want to get him going. Something's wrong with Trevor Lawrence. I don't know what's going on there. All they need to do is get him going. If a 9-point game is your bad game from Travis Hunter, that is terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying.
I got Danny by 12.
You got Danny by 12?
Yeah, I think Hurts is going to keep going up and up. I love Dan's defense. He's got a solid player at every single position, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Anu. I'm going to pick Anu for the upset.
So dumb.
I'm taking Anu because of Travis Hunter. I'm thinking Travis Hunter is going to have the week, and they're just going to feed him in the slot, and he's going to get a bunch of PPR points, and he's going to win the game. So I'm taking Anu. All right, we're split again. How about this one? 1-1 Clock Gobblers, who was one of the top scoring points in the first week, and put out a stinker thanks to Josh Allen last week, going up against, I would say, surprising 0-2 Joe Murdoch in insane ground posse. But he does this. Like, he has a slow start, and then all of a sudden he goes off, and he's in the championship again. So I've learned my lesson. We always do the Halloween episode where we're like, oh, Joe's dead. His team's not coming back. And then he wins like 7 games in a row, and he's in the championship. So as I mentioned on Dahlgren's team, Josh Allen, probably the best quarterback in the league. MVP, if not him, Lamar Jackson. They're interchangeable.
I don't know. Have you seen Justin Herbert today?
Justin Herbert looks good, man. They're throwing it in L.A. for the Chargers, a Harbaugh team. Isn't Greg Roman? What? Since when did that happen? I don't get it.
We got some talent finally.
Yeah, I guess. Here's the wide receivers. I don't like Dahlgren's receivers compared to Joe's. Jacoby Myers and DJ Moore. Rome Odunze. He's the stud there in Chicago. And for Caleb Williams. Not DJ Moore, which sucks because I have him on another team.
Well, you should never do that.
And the running backs, this is going to be the biggest battle. John's running backs are Bijan Robinson, who I think is probably the best running back in the league, and Quinshawn Judkins, who is he's a start. You got to start him, but that Cleveland backfield could change at any minute. They could go Dylan Sampson. Yeah. That's really iffy. He does have probably the most solid tight end right now, who's healthy, Trey McBride, and surprise fountain of youth security blanket for Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen in the slot.
He looks amazing. Even a little bit. Told you that when he got signed. He's going back.
Right. He's back, man. He loves it. He putting on that powder blue, and he's just like back to his old self. Yep. A great slot play. Let's go to Joe's team, Baker Mayfield, also in the MVP conversation. The man has thrown more touchdown passes than any other QB in the league since he got to Tampa Bay.
It's the third week, right?
Yeah.
So there's no MVP conversation. So we can just keep that like we'll wait at least till we get to double-digit weeks on that.
Fair enough. His wide receivers, Nico Collins and Scary Terry. I don't like that. I honestly, I
love Nico. I think Nico's great. I haven't heard his name yet this year, so is that good or bad?
I mean, a 5-point game and a 14-point game, not Nico numbers that Joe was drafting him on.
Not second round point type numbers.
Exactly. But Scary Terry, 13 points. About 14 points
do we know if
total.
Do we know if
we don't know if Jaden Daniels is playing.
That's what I was going to say. I think he was supposed to practice tomorrow, but I don't know. We don't know if he's going to be playing. So that could tank it a little bit as well. I mean, I'm looking at Joe's team, and we do it every year. You already said it. Like, I think Joe's done. Like, I didn't like the Kamara pick.
I love the Kamara pick. They're going to be throwing a lot, and he's a PPR machine. I like Devin Achane and his running back there, Alvin Kamara. I think he gets the advantage there. And he's got Chuba Hubbard in the flex.
Good. I don't know. When I look at it on paper, it doesn't look like it will do anything, and yet it might. Like, he might pop off again and just have weird second half, even though we're in the first 3 games.
Joe knows fantasy football.
I'm gonna go with Joe this week.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it, but because I don't like it, I feel like that's why it'll go good. Like, just to doubt me.
Well, see, Yahoo projects John Dahlgren to win by 3 points. It's going to be close. I think Josh Allen bounces back tonight on Thursday Night Football against the Dolphins, and I think he eats. I think he's going to have another 40-point game.
Baker's got the Jets, man.
He's going up against the Dolphins. I just think he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. I'm taking Dahlgren. All right, let's go to
split all the way down the middle so far.
We are split. I like this. Makes for good TV.
Contrarian prick.
How about 2-0? Austin Stoll. The Stoll Train versus the Soul Train. Jabel Soul, who is 0-2. And a lot of that has to do with some injuries and A.J. Brown, unfortunately for Jabel. We talked about the Bears receivers. I want to talk about Austin's team. I think it's pretty ballsy to start Caleb Williams, and it's actually not been too bad for him so far.
I don't think it's ballsy at all. He put up great numbers last year, and people still talked shit, but he still put up good rookie numbers, and they're going to keep throwing the ball, and they're going to be down in games because of the defense, so they're going to be throwing even more. Yeah. And he's got some decent receivers there, and I don't think Caleb's a bad start. I've started him in a league that I was in last year for the entire year and did really well.
It's because you're a USC homer. We all know it.
Of course I am.
We all know it. Yeah. Caleb Williams, though, averaging 23 points a game so far in the first 2 games. That's a solid number for a QB. That's a good floor to have. Malik Neighbors.
3,500 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 6 picks.
Yeah.
That's
not bad.
That's not bad especially for where he drafted him.
Well, also not bad his first
round.
Yeah, that's a good pick that late.
That's why you
but I also really like Malik Neighbors, who finally went off. Russ was cooking last week. 43 points for Malik Neighbors. Looked awesome. Jackson Smith-Njigba, that's your floor guy that you're going to get constant production.
Yep, your solid week. Points.
And Bucky Irving in the running back slot for running back 1. However, big gap. Travion Henderson for the Patriots, the running back 2 slot. I don't like Travion Henderson. Again, it's another rookie running back. We're getting impatient here. We need these rookies to start stepping it up, but these coaches are old school.
I have Travion Henderson in mixed league, and it's a nightmare.
It is.
I've got him starting week in and week out for probably the rest of my life, unfortunately.
Yeah. And then to round it out, Jake Ferguson at tight end, who had a really good game last week. And DK Metcalf in the slot, Aaron Rodgers' number 1 target, going up against the Patriots. So I'm going to hop over to Jabel's team. It's got your boy Justin Herbert at quarterback. Here's where it gets dicey. A.J. Brown owners are very frustrated right now. They're very frustrated with the passing game in Philadelphia. I saw a little bit more targets, a little bit more catches last week. And Marvin Harrison Jr., why haven't they gotten him going yet? What is up with Kyler Murray? It's Kyler Murray, dude. It's not Marvin.
Sure.
It's Kyler.
Yeah, sure.
He runs around and acts crazy and throws the ball and then goes play Call of Duty and doesn't study the playbook, it seems like. It's crazy. They have such a unique talent at wide receiver. This guy could be a top 5 receiver.
Almost like offensive line is more important than skill positions.
No, that's stupid. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I can tell by how Kyler's running around and throwing the ball and not getting to his skilled guys because there's no offensive line.
No, he's running around because he doesn't know how to do reads. He's not good at reading the routes.
Blame the black guy. I get it.
No.
Yep. Back to the old JD way.
That's how Carson Wentz was too. Carson Wentz is the same exact way. He does not know how to read or check down, and so he ran around.
Carson's starting this week.
Yeah, I know.
302 touchdowns. You wait.
You'll see. It's just a certain quarterback that just doesn't know how to read, and they can run. They'll rely on their legs more than they'll check down to their trees on the wide receiver routes. I do like Christian McCaffrey and Jordan Mason now that Aaron Jones is out. He's on the IR for now for probably a month. Solid play against the Bengals. And another solid play for Jalen. Tucker Kraft was huge last week. That was such a huge game from him. And Jabel starting the other Patriots running back, Ramondre Stevenson, the one that you actually want to start this week. So, who wins this week and who's the player to do it?
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray's not on either one of these teams.
Yeah, but he's going to do well.
So, that's going to benefit Marvin Harrison Jr.?
No, Marvin Harrison's not getting any catches. He's not that good.
Oh.
Player, I honestly think, I don't know, man. I think Bucky Irving could go off too.
He can. Rashad White took a goal line carry away from him, though.
Who are they playing? Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Let me look real quick here. Who's Tampa playing? The Jets.
The Jets.
I think Bucky's my guy.
Okay.
I'll take the big Austin on that one.
Big Austin. So you're taking the Stoll train?
I think he's just. I like teams that have consistency up and down the roster instead of like relying on one or two players and then hoping that the rest put in 10 points.
Yeah.
And I think he's got something there. And the Patriots playing, I have to keep looking because I can't remember. The Steelers.
Yes.
That might be Henderson's day again.
Yes.
They're not the Steelers of old, so
that's true.
I'm gonna pick Austin.
Okay. This is the first one we're going to agree on. I think I'm also going to take Austin, but it's going to be very close. I think Jabel's team comes very close to winning. This could be an upset, but I'm going to take Austin.
What's Yahoo got it at?
Do what?
What's Yahoo got him at?
It is projected Austin to win 158 to 155. So it's a close.
It's pretty tight. No.
It's pretty tight.
I mean, if A.J. Brown wakes up and they start throwing the ball a little bit, it could completely flip around.
Yeah. Hey, silence that phone. What's going on there?
Sorry.
Be professional for once.
Should be calling, bro.
How about this game of the week, Mr. Nesson? 2-0. Abalash ready. Going up against the number one team in the league, Nick Shook.
Yeah, baby.
2-0, baby.
He knows.
Nick Shook going up against Abalash. Let's look at Abby's roster first because guess who his starting quarterback is?
What's Abby's team then?
Purdy, Little Liars.
Thank you.
Guess who his starting quarterback is?
Is it Kyler Murray?
It sure is. It is Kyler Murray.
Hell yeah.
He's getting the start. Kyler Murray.
I mean, what's his QB rating so far? 100? Got 3 touchdowns?
Negative
300 yards? That's not. I mean, he had one bad game. He had one okay game.
Yeah.
Twice.
25 and 17.
He talk a lot of shit, but he's over 100 on his QBR. He's only thrown one pick. He's not fumbling the ball all over the place. He's doing just fine. It's just Marvin Harrison can't get open. Right, because his dad's a murderer.
You can't prove that. There's no proof of evidence because he killed all the witnesses. Kyler Murray getting
they're playing the 49ers. Oh, it's Kyler Murray all day.
Oh, come on.
400 yard, probably 4 or 5 touchdowns. Purdy crying into his little white hands, just sobbing about how he's not as athletic as the guy across the field from him.
But he's so adorable.
I got Abby by 400. Wait, no, he's playing Shook?
Yeah.
Shook by 1,000.
Let's go through the rosters first.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Justin Jefferson and Zay Flowers at the wide receiver position. Is Justin Jefferson going to suffer from Carson Wentz syndrome?
No.
Okay.
It's a like for like swap, in my opinion.
I totally agree. JJ McCarthy just didn't look great.
He looked okay, but he didn't look anything special yet. Like, he just needs more snaps or, to be a backup his whole life.
Right. Zay Flowers, boom or bust. He's actually
put
it together.
That's what you're going to get from him every year.
Yeah.
That's what he is. I love him. I think he's great.
But the real advantage for Abby is Jonathan Taylor. My goodness, did he have him a game last week? Jonathan Taylor and Breece Hall, too. Breece Hall, everyone thought this was the year that Braylon Allen was going to take over. Breece, you also said that was going to happen, that Breece Hall was going to keep Braylon Allen away.
Baller because they can just check down to him all day.
Yep.
And that's going to be 3 points every time he catches the ball.
Absolutely. And then now the weakness, like my team, tight end, Travis Kelce, clearly in the twilight of his career.
Tight end's a weakness for a lot of people. Like, you can't even count that as a weakness. Tight end for most teams is going to be boom or bust no matter what.
That's true. That's very true. It's like 3 tier 1 guys, maybe 1 tier 2 guy, and about 15 tier 3 guys, all in the same bunch. And then to round it out, James Conner in the flex. So going with 3 running backs, James Conner against the 49ers. My meeting's going to end in 10 minutes. Perfect.
That's why I've been trying to rush you.
I'm sorry. Let's go over to Shook's team, the number 1 overall team in the league. And it's because of Lamar Jackson. Again, it's either him or Josh Allen who's going to be the MVP this year. They always put up amazing points. Garrett Wilson and Jalen Waddle. I
like the Waddle pick, too, when it happened. I was also sober as a bird, so.
He's questionable, too.
Screaming about Waddle.
He might not even play tonight. But because of the Tyreek Hill situation where clearly he wants out, he may be their number 1 guy, or Malik Washington, who knows. Garrett Wilson, I think, is a solid play. But then look at his running backs. Shook, Saquon Barkley, and Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, I didn't think Josh Jacobs was going to do shit this year, but I was wrong there. I think he's been okay, hasn't he?
He literally 14 points. That's all you can ask for.
Solid.
Have solid floor, 14 points a game from your running back 2 slot. That's not bad. TJ Hawkinson, big question mark here because of Carson Wentz. He was already not seeing a lot of balls because of JJ McCarthy. I don't like that play. I feel like
Wentz likes his tight ends. I feel like he likes that little quick, 4-yard out route, easy safety net. So I can see TJ getting a little bit more targets while JJ's trying to actually read down the field and do something bigger than he needs to. Carson might rely a little bit on his experience there and do that. Honestly, and I hate to say it, it's Jonathan Taylor out of these 2 teams. 0-2 Titans haven't been great against the run. I got a feeling old Danny Jones is going to be coming back to reality very quickly because he hasn't. I mean, he looks fine, but he doesn't look good to me. He's playing bad teams, and he's going to play another bad one. But I think this is one of those days where they're going to rely on the run game again. I can see JTT going off big time. So I hate to do this. I'm going to pick Abby, but I really want Nick to win. I want Abby to forget somebody on his lineup while he's out west, unless he's back. I don't even know if he's back. But while I want him to just forget to start half of his team, so Nick wins.
I also think I was going to pick Abby. I was going through to my head, and I was like, oh, we're going to pick the same one again, aren't we?
Oh, good.
I'm picking Abby to defeat
I believe you.
All right.
Just copying the winners.
Let's go to the last game. Second to last place, Dave Plow's Rocky Bitches versus.
Hold on. I gotta cover. Oh, Jesus Christ! What a piece of shit. I needed that.
Versus second place, Adam Bareass, working from Mahomes, who's putting together a very nice season. Let's go through Plow's roster and see why he's in second to last place. Jaden Daniels might not play against the Raiders. Brian Thomas Jr. is a big reason why he's not winning. BTJ owners, I know how that feels. Very frustrating right now. What is going on in Jacksonville with the passing game? He was awesome last year with Mac Jones throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the issue. Devontae Adams, not a good play. Plow likes the Raiders. He's not on the Raiders. He's on the Rams, and it's Puka's team. And speaking of Ashton Genty, another running back. When is it going to happen for Ashton Genty and all these rookie running backs?
Rookie running backs, it takes some time for them to learn a little bit of patience. If you're a good college running back, I feel like you have either a dominant offensive line or you played bad competition. And Genty, I thought was going to be great. Because I love anyone that can take 3 hits before they go down. but they have to get up to the competition. Whereas I feel like a rookie wide receiver sometimes they just go.
Yeah.
And I think it takes them a handful of games to get used to the speed.
Yeah, I mean, only 19 points after the first 2 games. I mean, that's going to be frustrating.
Pretty rough for a first pick, right?
Is that
his first round pick?
I think it was his first round pick, yes.
He said Alshon Jeffrey like a idiot.
That was a highlight.
That was my favorite part.
That was
Bareass by $1 billion. I don't think Bareass even needs to start half of his team. Plow's team is garbage.
Yeah,
Plow's a garbage person with a garbage team.
Yeah, I don't like DeAndre Swift. Debo Samuel in the flex. That's 2 boomer busts, especially against the Raiders. Might give him some points. Laporta against the Baltimore Ravens. That might be a tough game for him on Monday night. Again, Sam Laporta, only 18 points total. He's not looking like he did his rookie year. Patrick Mahomes starting for Bareass. I'm working for Mahomes. Like that.
Against the Giants.
Against the Giants, yes.
Like that's a pad the stat type week for old patty cakes.
It is. And he's got you. Bareass, as you recall, number 1 overall pick, took Jamar Chase, and boy, did he prove it last week. He had a bad game week 1, but he came back. So he's notorious for that. He has slow starts. Yeah. Jamar Chase always has a slow start.
But he'll have 50-point games out of nowhere and carry you on the weeks that you have a bad week from your supporting roster.
I will say this: Lad McConkey in the wide receiver 2 slot, not as good as I thought it was going to be because Keenan Allen.
Told you it was Keenan's, and you yelled at me. It was Lad. I told you Keenan's back.
I told you. I mean, yeah, you told me.
Keenan's the possession guy. He's always going to get the most targets. He's going to be the one that's open in the middle of the field. He likes being in the middle of the field. Lad is a great second option, and then you got QJ actually holding on to the ball this year on the deep stuff.
Well,
Lad's a good. Lad'll get going because they'll start doubling Keenan in the middle, and he'll get some routes that open up for him. But
he needs the Broncos to double team Keenan because he's also starting Quentin Johnson in the flex.
Yeah,
so that's 2 Chargers receivers, and I guess there's plenty of balls to go around because just for whatever reason.
It's a home opener for the Chargers, too, so they usually actually do something for the away fans there, so you never know.
Okay. Tony Pollard, probably the worst bell cow running back in the NFL. At the running back 1 slot, and the running back 2 slot, Travis Etienne, which has been solid. That's his number 1 running back. That's his number 1 running back going up against Houston. You can run on Houston. And then Zach Ertz.
You had Joe Mixon, right? Mixon's gone.
Yeah.
Is Mixon playing at all this year?
No, he's not playing at all.
So he kind of,
yeah, sucks.
He should have went to Mick and got a running back.
Yeah, he should have. But I love the Zach Ertz play. Zach Ertz seems to have a revitalized career in Washington. 18 points last week, 11 points in week 1. I mean, that's the goal line. That's the red zone target.
That's those little rollouts. Yeah.
So he's still looking solid.
I don't know why we're still talking. It's Adam,
I know. Bareass.
It's Adam all the way.
Bareass all the way.
Shouldn't win a game this year, and if he does, I'll be disappointed in whoever he played.
All right, Mr. Nessa, that is the rundown. I'll check the scoreboard after this week. Before we let you go, any parting words before week 3 kicks off?
Really hope that Shook proves me wrong. I really hope that Mick blows you out big time, and it's only by the players that he traded you. And I just got a text from McCready that says, why don't we have cookouts and do mushrooms anymore? So there's that. I guess those are my parting words.
Yep. Couldn't have said it better myself. All right. From Alan Nesson and myself, the commish, thank you for watching another episode of LEGTV. We'll see you next time.
Buddy, you mowing the lawn?